whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Now Brady doesn't like the formation here. He'll take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Brady. A check down here to Jones. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. That's pulled in by the rookie from Louisville, Tutu Atwell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling...
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
Taylor Rapp with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Tutu Atwell
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Rico Gafford, the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a first down.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
Fights off the defender. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. The give is to Jones. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. A give to Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now he'll throw with Brady. On the move to his left. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's got this down to the 35. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Stafford. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this ball will be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Second and 16. Now Brady doesn't like the formation here. He'll take a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. To throw is Brady. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Here's Stafford.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. From the gun, here's Stafford.
Well, Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Brady.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
You definitely would like to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Touchdown! O.J. Howard, 36 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 14-7.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Stafford. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Levante David. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Brady going to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And now it's 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Succop's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended target was Cam Akers.
3rd down here.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Bring it! Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, 34 yards. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
Rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Brady to Evans that time. First down, Tampa.
Now Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Brady again. Evans has it left side.
Let's go to work, y'all. Let's go to work.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustment come their way now.
From the red zone now, Stafford. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by Gain is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Brady to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Touchdown, LA! Deshaun Jackson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's Jones. And some room to roam now. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Running right, Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun, it's Brady.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Chris Godwin.
56 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
The shotgun snap for Stafford.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. We'll dump this off to Akers.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Johnny Hekker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken at the 37. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
He's brought down by Terrell Burgess.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Stafford.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Stafford on first down. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
50-50.
Stafford letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second down, back to Fournette. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Bucs on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the penalty, it's Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line.
143 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Five yards remain on 2nd down.
Here's a give to Fournette. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Brady. Oh, no, he lost the football. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their system, kind of settle things down a little bit.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Brady got to have this one. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Brady to throw. Rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski again. He was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think
and this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.